Hi, welcome again to the Inside Track. I'm Brian Byrne. If you've been listening to your radio lately, you'll have heard advertisements for the Suzuki SX4. They're warning about the problems of snowy winters. We've had two of those recently. And what you might do about it. Well, of course, the SX4 comes in an all-wheel drive version, and this is it. The engine in this particular Suzuki is a big one. It's a 2-litre. It's a good, substantial diesel. It's economical too. It's in grade B for road tax in Ireland. That's 156 euros. It'll give you in excess of 51 miles to the gallon. Now that's a really good performance for a car that also has all-wheel drive capability. Not a lot to be said against it. The car is on a tidy footprint, but there's plenty of room in it. Look at this back seat. And even with me driving up front, there's actually plenty of room for knees, heads, elbows, the works. Suzuki is one of the biggest manufacturers of four-wheel drive cars in the world. And this is one of their smaller versions. It's a tidy car. It's not big, not a big footprint. It doesn't take up a lot of space in the cities, but it's a practical car. There's plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room, and plenty of room fore and aft. And it's a car that is just as happy commuting in the city as it is taking the long drive between cities. The interior finish, as with all Suzukis, is excellent. Good quality plastics, clean, tidy design, no distractions, and it is right up there with anything in the class. The driving position is very good. You're sitting up high, you have excellent visibility all around. There are not a lot of cars in this particular segment that have visibility as good, and I love those big mirrors. The SX4 can be driven most of the time in two-wheel drive because that's all that you need, and it gives you much better fuel economy. But with this four-wheel drive version of it, you can just click a little switch down here and you can put it into automatic four-wheel drive, which in that case it selects, depending on the conditions, whether it needs to go into four-wheel drive or not. And then there is another section of the switch where you can set it to lock into four-wheel drive, and that's when you know that you're going to be driving in poor conditions for a period of time. Of course, four-wheel drive isn't just for going off-road or for travelling through snow. The wet and rainy conditions with which we're all too familiar, and muddy roads that you'll find when you're driving around the countryside, you know, these are all places where four-wheel drive is very much a safety argument. And to have it on a car that's not too expensive and that will go in two-wheel drive for most of the time when that's all that's needed, you know, this is a really good plus. Suzuki are good at this. There you have it, the Suzuki SX4 all-wheel drive. It's possibly just the thing for the Irish winter, whether we get snow or not. It's a very safe car. Price, 21,000 plus dealer associated costs, so maybe 21.5 grand. And you know, that's not expensive for the capability of this car, the safety of this car. I'm very impressed with it. See you next week.